no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play can't take it personal.
Cause the devil is a lie. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. Hey. Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Patreon. Barbershop Conversations on Patreon. And Monday we got Tamara Payne at 6 p.m., the author of Malcolm X's new book, autobiographical book. If you've read the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley, you're gonna love this book, man. And it's more information. Oh my God, if it's more information, man. If you're a historian, make sure you're here at 6 p.m. And Tuesday we got Jason Whitlock at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Wednesday we got Bob Arum coming in. And on Thursday, I'm working on one on Thursday. We're gonna rock out and have fun on Thursday. If I get this guest on Thursday, it should be pretty dope. Okay, man, let's jump into this fight, man. I want to talk to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. I'm about to say Terence Bailey. What's up, TB, man? Yeah, man, you wasn't in the shop last night. We missed you. I just want to have a conversation with these niggas, man. And this is why people who are in charge sometimes don't like you having conversations with outside influences, man. I'm just going to cut it down the middle. Okay. First, I'm going to talk to y'all and then I'm going to get to the business of boxing. Okay. Fans want the fight. The fight is ready. It's 3 years in the making. The fight is ready. It's mature. The fruit is ripe. You know what I mean? We're just waiting to give our $99.99 for the pay-per-view. You understand what I'm saying? And I want y'all to understand this. Terence Crawford, humble your ass. All right? Humble your ass. Okay? Errol Spence deserves the most money in this fight. I don't care how much money it is. Y'all negotiate that shit. But the fact that you're saying it's 60-40 on my side and this and that, nah, it's not. Okay? All right, go in there with honest, be genuine. That's why I was telling y'all a long time ago, y'all two make the fight. Don't let Bob Arum and Al Heyman make the fight. You are in charge. It's like I'm the man in my house. It's like I let like my uncle or my cousin come in my house and make the decision on how I spend my money or where should I go with my money. You understand? Like that's basically what you're doing. Yeah, I'm not taking away their intelligence or their importance to your life, but at the end of the day, you got to make the decisions. And I think from a realistic perspective, the fight has to happen. And not only does it has to happen, shit should happen next. And if it doesn't happen next, y'all, in my humble opinion, y'all leaving a lot of money on the table. And negotiations ain't easy. Stop. I'm speaking on the outside looking in, so I can tell Terence Crawford, nigga, your resume ain't that great. Errol Spence has done the heavy lifting at 147. Yes, that was 3 years ago. 140 is like high school, you know what I mean? And 135 is like middle school and shit. You understand? Now you in the NBA, you know? It's like there's a lot of first round draft picks that don't do good. Antonio, the kid from UNLV, the Bennett kid, that got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got Michael Olowokandi. You know, you got Sam Bowie. You know what I mean? In football, you got Tony Mandridge, Jeff George, Jamarcus Russell. A lot of first round. Terence Crawford, you were a first round draft pick. You came up as the unified, undisputed champion at 140. Moved up to 147. Now you're in the big leagues. You know what I mean? And Errol Spence right now is LeBron James. Right now he is the kid, the quarterback from Jackson is his name? Jackson? What's his name? The quarterback from Baltimore? Someone there. So he is that, you know, and you got to honor that. You know what I mean? You don't go to the NBA and be like, man, I want a bigger contract. I want a bigger piece than LeBron James. It just don't happen. Nike's not giving you more money than LeBron James. You know what I mean? Think of it comparatively speaking. If Nike wanted to endorse both of y'all, Errol Spence would get more money. Simply put. All right. So y'all got to go into this shit together and be honest and be realistic with one another, because Al Heyman's not going to tell you the complete truth, and Bob Arum's not going to tell you the complete truth. You know what I mean? Obviously, Al Heyman is based off of the successes and the history of Bob Arum. He's trusted more, but it's tired. But I just get tired of being like a Republican and Democrat. You know what I mean? Like I just get tired of that shit. It's just like we got duped out of an election. Black people think Joe Biden is gonna do something for him, and now I don't know if you guys heard the clip, but oh man. Anyhow, so now moving forward. Now let's just talk about like the simple business. The simple business. And then I'm gonna correlate this to Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. The most watched, most viewed sport in America is what? The NFL. The most watched TV show all year, no matter what is on TV, is what? The Super Bowl. Okay. Not only is the game the most watched, but that whole entire 2 weeks off. The 2 weeks off. The NFL has created a 2-week media campaign for the Super Bowl. After the AFC and NFC championships, you get 2 weeks. You get the Pro Bowl in between now, and then you get the Super Bowl. Here's what I'm suggesting to you. Outside of boxing, you know, like y'all profiles is not that like looming like Mike Tyson's is, right? You need to leverage, because you guys are on Fox, and I believe the Super Bowl is on Fox. I haven't seen it in a while, but I believe the Super Bowl is on Fox, right? You guys got to leverage your platforms, leverage where you are. And the fight needs to be 2 or 3 weeks after the Super Bowl. March 1st, March 2nd. We got 90 days, 4 months. It can happen. Deontay Wilder went from November to February on that thing, right? And he didn't start, because I was in his hotel room that evening when he got back, because he was sick on Christmas and then came back the second week in January and started promoting the fight. And I did an interview that evening in his hotel room, which everyone saw. And so with that being said, I think that y'all got to take advantage, because if y'all do this shit in the summer, no one's gonna care as much. And you got to understand this. And Terence and Errol, y'all have to fully understand that this fight is for pay-per-view buys. This fight ain't for the gate. Are you guys hearing me? We're in a COVID America. It's for pay-per-view buys. Yeah, they're going to find a spot in America, or they may even got to take it out the country. I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. I can't answer that question. But you have to find a way to get in people's homes and convince them to pay the 89 or 99, however much they're going to charge. Okay? And a great springboard to that is Errol Spence using Fox, and Terence Crawford using ESPN. You know, more Americans are home than ever. You know what I mean? Whether by choice or unemployment, or, you know what I mean, and somewhere in between, man. You know, my water bills on my properties are through the, I ain't gonna lie. Dre said to me, why the fucking water bill so high? And you know, you know what the funniest shit ever was? I'm gonna be honest with y'all niggas. I was like, man, I was going by the properties. I was checking the outside. I'm like, damn, the water's not leaking. I'm confused. Don't you know, last week I finally realized niggas are flushing the toilet more. Niggas are taking more showers. And you add that up into the all the properties that I have, and the size of the buildings, my water bills, oh my water, man, my water bills are up 20%. That's a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? That 20% could go somewhere else. So at the end of the day, people are home. You got to make this you have to gear it towards not the gate, but the pay-per-view buys. You understand what I'm saying? It's a different America we live in. And if you think it's going to be greater later, and I'm talking to Terence, but I'm talking to y'all like y'all sitting right in front of me right now. If y'all think it's gonna get greater later, you think once they find the vaccine for COVID, America just snaps back? Everybody just gets their job back. The stores of the businesses open back up, and customers are just flooding back to those stores and restaurants. They're not. They don't have money. You can open up your restaurant door, but if you ain't got no customers, you're just an open door. You know what I mean? And this is how I'm gonna tell you how they get us. Floyd Mayweather signed a 6-fight deal, and on the 5th fight, he fought Manny Pacquiao. I repeat, I'm gonna let this sink into y'all niggas. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather signed a 6-fight deal, $30-something million. Congratulations to Floyd. And on the 5th fight, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather happened on the 5th fight. Why was it on the 5th fight? Because they maybe said, hey, leave room for a rematch. And who made that decision? Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, Bob Arum moving forward. And at the time, Les Moonves, right? It's pre-planned, y'all. It's pre-planned. Y'all think that this is it's pre-planned. You put Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather anywhere on the earth, it does. Floyd Mayweather walks away with 200 million. Manny Pacquiao walks away with 100 million. Manny Pacquiao knew he wasn't an ace high. Terence Crawford. Who cares about ace high and B side? You're gonna make 3 or 4 times your career high. What's your career high? 4 million? I guarantee you'll get 12 to 16 for this fight. So why the fuck are you complaining? Why the fuck are you complaining? Why are you mad? You're getting 16 million and Errol gets 25. Why are you mad? What are y'all mad about? What are you mad about, bud? Your ego is worth $12 million. Your ego is worth $12 million. I don't know. And these are facts. So Errol does 300,000. I'm just going to use round numbers, okay? It's up or down, left or right. Yes. Errol does 300,000 pay-per-view buys, right? And that's somewhere around $25 million, right? Let me do the math right now. So we know. Let's base it off of $75, okay? Let's say $75 times 300,000. 1, 2, 3 equals $22,500,000. So if you double that to 600,000, that's $45 million. That's $45 fucking million. I think that fight can do 600,000 pay-per-view buys, low end. And the only way y'all can get 600,000 pay-per-view buys, the only way you can maximize is if you have marketing. And the NFL has built-in marketing. If you miss this Super Bowl run, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, you leaving millions of dollars on the table. So if it does 600,000 pay-per-view buys at 45 million, y'all guarantees are met. Your guarantees are met. What do you get? 15, Terence? Errol gets 20. That's your guarantee. That's 35 million. It gets met. The only way it gets met is if you leverage the NFL football season. There is nothing in America bigger than the NFL football season besides a campaign election. And you're going to wait 4 years for an election to come by. But politics and boxing don't go together. What you going to do? Do a commercial with Joe Biden? What you going to do? Do a commercial with Kamala Harris? You know, what you going to do? You can do a versus, but that's only 1 million. You know what I mean? But that's a small piece. It's going to be 70 million people watching the Super Bowl. Hundreds of millions, because I say 1 in 3 people going to watch a piece of the Super Bowl. You understand? It's 340 million. I'm willing to bet over 100 million people. What's the average? Let me get how many people watch Super Bowl? Let's see. Because y'all niggas think I be just making shit up. How many people watch in 2020. All right, here we go. Let me teach y'all niggas something. Cause y'all niggas think I'm just. They're afraid of an independent. They're afraid of a man like me. All right, because I have look. 99.9, 100 million people watched the Super Bowl last year. 100 million people watched the Super Bowl last year. Where can you get that type of exposure from? And guess what that means? Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford. You only need 1% of that audience. You only need 1% of that audience. 1%. And both y'all walk away with $40 million. You only need 1% of that audience. 1%. That's $75 million. You walk away, Errol walk away with 35. You walk away with 25. That's 60 million, and that's $15 million for the logistics, and they get the gate. And guess what? You'll sell $200,000 worth of merchandise. And that's just America. You'll get paid for the licensing fee worldwide. I'm telling y'all niggas, listen to me. Listen to me. The economy won't be rocking to the end of 2022, man. Niggas got to get their jobs back. It will be greater later, but not for Terence Crawford. You're 33 going into 34. Errol, you're 31 and you're 30 going into 31. I'm telling y'all, because I don't want y'all to miss the opportunity. Do I think Errol beats his ass? I think Errol beats his ass. But I don't think Bomac is I don't think no one on Terence Crawford's team is giving him this type of information. I'm keeping it a buck. I don't. I think everyone is just saying we deserve more money. Well, you get the most money, you stupid motherfuckers, if you listen to me. The NFL and the Super Bowl will pay you what you want. You cannot get this level of marketing for free nowhere else in the world. You can't come to Barbershop Conversations and get this. You can't go on Stephen A. Smith show and get this type of coverage. You can't go on Showtime and get this type of coverage. You can't. It's impossible. 99.9 million. They should just put 100 million. I guess 99.99 looks better than 100 million. I don't know. For 99.99, you know what I mean? Anyways, man, I don't want y'all to leave this money on the table. Don't leave this money on the table. Errol, you only got one more year left at 147. Terence, Terence, you got the rest of your life at 147 for sure. You look like your body, your frame, you come up 3 divisions. If you miss the Errol Spence fight, you're gonna regret it, financially regret this the rest of your life. I'm just telling you. Who gives a fuck about wins and losses when you're talking about this? I mean, relatively speaking, guys. When you're talking this much money, my goal is to be worth $30 million by the time I die. Y'all niggas get that in 4 months? Was it December, January, February? 90 days? Y'all can't get this shit done. I'm not saying I know more than Al Heyman. I just know Al Heyman has to deal with the Fox. He has to deal with the networks and prolong and leverage y'all to get a contract extension with Fox and Showtime. So he has duality in this, okay? And Bob Arum, the same thing holds true. Bob Arum has to get an extension with ESPN, and their ace in the hole for the extension may be if Bob Arum might say, hey, if ESPN, if you give me another 5 or 6 years, I'll guarantee you that Errol Spence, Terence Crawford fight. Al Heyman on the other side may say, if you give me a Fox and Showtime, if you give me 5 years, I'll guarantee you, Fox, I'll guarantee you Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. And to wrap this up, that's how Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather got the Showtime deal. They guaranteed the Manny Pacquiao fight. They guaranteed it. They guaranteed it. And that's the truth. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, if y'all never believe for one moment that said, love my brother, protect my brother. The male ladies here. This is the video where you say Frederick loves his brother, regardless of who wins. I think Errol Spence beats his ass. I think Errol Spence makes this fight easy. But the fans deserve it. The fans and the pay-per-view is gonna be more than $75. It's gonna be $100. So that's $100 million. If you get 1% of the football audience, and guess who's gonna retweet it? Everybody who's in the Super Bowl. How many players on the team? 52. You get 104 people. You get 52. You get 104 people that touch. That would be 1 billion people probably. So not only are you getting it from the networks, you're getting it from the players. I know it makes too much sense. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't miss this bowl. Don't miss this run. If this fight happens in the summertime, it won't generate the money. Y'all two niggas, y'all can't put this shit on Cinco de Mayo. You can't put this shit on Mexican Independence Day. It won't happen. All right. Barbershop Conversations, man. 3-4 weeks after Super Bowl weekend, we need this fight. Okay. If it doesn't happen, you left about $30-40 million on the table for this fight, guaranteed. Barbershop Conversations. I'll say safe, $20-40 million. And I know common sense ain't that common, right? But welcome to the Common Sense Show. Barbershop Conversations. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.